Remember the fictional character Sherlock Holmes, the English detective who had this crazy ability to walk onto a crime scene and observe every insignificant detail and somehow thread it all together to solve a case? Everything communicated to him. Guess what? Everything at your store communicates to your guest. What seems normal to you and is not normal to the guest. That's why it's paramount for you to observe everything. In fact, there's a key word I'd love for us to camp out on, and it's the word intentionality. And what's interesting about this word, two things: how important it is and how inconvenient it is. It's important because it takes planning. It takes the thought process of what does it look like? What resources do we need? Who does it impact? All of these different types of questions. It takes a lot of effort. It has to be important to the leader. It has to be important to the team. It has to be important to everybody. You see, a guest craves care. A guest craves excellence. And if they begin to feel like care is slipping, and if they begin to feel like excellence is slipping, they begin to not come back. And when they don't come back, they go somewhere else. And when they go somewhere else, that affects your business. But when they feel cared for, and when they feel like your place of business is excellent, not just with employees, but with the environment, then they come back and they invite others to come back with them. You know, a really fun way to do this is to think about just a experience that people go through in everyday life. The five senses. How could you include the five senses in the environment in which you work? What does it look like? How can you incorporate sight? How can you incorporate sound and touch? And so as you begin to think about the senses, like what would it look like for you to do that? All of these things, when you put them together, people will create and formulate in their mind whether it's quality or not. And when they leave, they will make decisions on whether it's worth returning to or not. So for you as a team member, for you as a team leader, your responsibility is to observe, observe, observe. Because you know what your guest is doing? They're observing, observing, and observing. Details communicate that excellence matters.